Hi everyone, this is me, Jyotika Bedi, founder of Happiness is Love, here for you because we care and we are there because we believe together we are building a happier, kinder and a healthier world for our future generation. So today's series is going to be on well-being series. And I thought the best way to really start talking about well-being is self-acceptance. When it comes to living a positive, happy, healthy life, I believe acceptance is the key ingredient for all kinds of love, whether it is self-love, self-respect, self-efficacy, self-work, because everything starts with the self. And as parents, as professionals, teachers, educators, we need to understand that self-acceptance is our superpower. And it is essential not just for our physical, but even our emotional and mental well-being. It is so crucial because this is what teaches us to love ourselves, to learn to appreciate the things that make you and me unique. So here are a few ways for you to build more self-acceptance in your day-to-day life. Number one, embrace what makes you unique. We've all been engineered for greatness. We all have different strengths, characteristics, attributes, and uniqueness that needs to be identified and it needs to be celebrated. And a good place to start is to start thinking of the things that make you special. Because we believe we all are special in our own unique ways. So your question really could be, so how do I really start? Ask yourself how these different qualities and attributes make you different from others. And will benefit you, this question will benefit you in your future so that you can add more value in your life and in the lives of all those that you impact. Because by the end of the day, leadership is about impacting, influencing, and inspiring those around us. Number two, let go of those things that you can't change, that you cannot control. It is so important to focus on things that you can change. Because I believe there is no change without action. So focus on those things that you can take action on. And you have to have the willingness, the desire, the want, and the readiness to make that change happen. You could be someone who believes that yes, we can all change. We all have a growth mindset. I work with many people in my professional experience and I've seen people who have a fixed mindset. Some of us believe that we cannot change our ways of thinking and feeling and behaving. But I'm here to challenge you because I believe in neuroplasticity. What that means is we are all capable of magic. We can all change the wiring and the neural connections of our brain by changing the way we think, by changing the way we feel about ourselves and others. And we can learn behaviors that are healthy and helpful for our growth. So again, you may find it helpful to maybe write a letter to yourself about letting go of what you can't change and welcome those things about you that you love. You can even do a self-inquiry and talk to people around you, your loved ones or your friends, and ask them, hey, I'm doing a little self-audit. Can you point out some unique qualities and strengths that you notice in me? You will get a lot of data to work with. And will feel good also about yourself because you will be able to then use this information to focus on the good, to celebrate the good, and pat yourself for the good. Third, identify your strengths. After you get this data, make sure that you actually write down those things that you're good at, things that are your core strengths, your core competencies. And we at Happiness is Love are happy to help you if you need any support in finding your strengths. We run batteries of psychometric tests that can help you identify things that you're good at. Because again, happiness is doing what you love. And when you do what you love, when you find what you love, you will automatically succeed, because happiness leads to success, not the other way around. Success does not lead to happiness. So it could be anything. It could be creative writing. It could be music. It could be dance. It could be knitting. It could be sports. Whatever you're good at, identify that. That is your responsibility. And practicing this will only help you become more confident in your abilities. Practicing identifying your strengths. Every month, I revisit my strength finding list so that I remind myself of the things that I'm good at. Because when you lead with your strengths, you only achieve the impossible. So it is your responsibility to know your strengths, lead with your strengths, own your strengths, and thank the Lord for your strengths. Next, set goals. Happiness is impossible without setting smart goals. And I've made a whole video on how you can use the SMART skills technique to identify goals which are small, break them down into small, measurable goals that you can achieve. Be specific. Find goals that are measurable, that are attainable, that are realistic and time-bound. Set a goal for yourself so that you can meet it, because when you do, it only boosts and enhances your self-esteem and your self-confidence. And don't forget to reward yourself when you meet that goal. Number 5, celebrate your accomplishments. Make a list of everything you've accomplished so far and do it regularly. I call it the mental spotlight. Every night before I go to bed, I revisit my to-do list and I look at it and I smile and I pat myself for the things that I did well. And then I also focus my energies on things that I need to do for the next day. Make a I did it list. A list where you did the things that you had set out to do and you achieved it, because there's no point making a list which you don't tick off. So make sure you focus on the things that you did well and pat yourself for it. Make sure you plan ahead. If you can, try to avoid people or things that challenge your self-acceptance. If you are going to a party or going for a meeting where you know there will be that one person who would pull you down, make sure you plan ahead. You make sure that you are calm inside and you know how to handle that negative situation. You can maybe frame some sentences in your mind and practice being assertive so that you don't allow anybody to make you feel unaccepted or unappreciated. You can memorize few thoughts you can say to yourself before you begin to doubt yourself or question your worth. I call it the thoughts affirmation. In fact, before I make all these videos, I make sure that I talk to myself and I use positive affirmations that I got this. I can do this because this is what I want to do. 7th, think positively. Remember, 95% of the way we feel about ourselves comes from the way we talk to ourselves. And the sad truth is we don't talk to ourselves positively. Make sure you are catching, checking, and challenging and changing your negative narrative. Catch yourself when you are becoming too self-critical. Those negative thoughts need work at your end so that you can replace that negative narrative to a positive narrative. Don't be too hard on yourself and stop comparing yourself to others. I know it's easier said than done, but it requires work at your end. It needs daily practice, daily commitment. It's hard work and it's conscious effort, but I know you can do it. I'm rooting for you because I've done it too, and that's why I believe in you too. Be kind to yourself. Consider a few things you can do to just treat yourself. Spend quality time with yourself. I love taking warm baths. I love going for long walks. I love connecting with nature. These are the things that make us feel good about ourselves. Eating the right nourishing food, sleeping enough. Sleep is health. So make sure that you get your 8 hours of sleep and you sleep at the same time consistently. And of course, we all know the non-negotiable of exercising. This is the work you need to do to show kindness and compassion to yourself first, only then to others. Because you cannot pour into another's cup if your cup is empty. So whose responsibility it is to fuel your own cup? Your responsibility. Get involved. Volunteer. Get a part-time job. Get an internship. Do any extracurricular activity to learn more about yourself so that you enjoy things that you're good at. There is no excuse, now that we know, for not getting ourselves a creative upgrade, a motivational upgrade, or a mindset upgrade. There is no excuse anymore. Make sure you find support. You just need that one person, that one cheerleader who's there for you, who believes in you, who believes in your life goals, who's there to support and cheer for you. And sometimes we don't have the luxury of that person in our families. I understand. I'm with you and I feel for you. However, there are people who are rooting for you. All you need to do is just look around, observe, and find that one friend, a neighbor, a cousin, a colleague who is there for you and believes in your greatness. You could even ask people around you to name 2 or 3 things that they like about you. Because our journey primarily is a journey of self-acceptance. We all have become so overcritical. I work with so many parents, teachers, teenagers, educators. We all suffer for 2 things. 1, overthinking, and too much self-doubt. And that springs primarily from not accepting ourselves, not giving ourselves the love that we truly deserve and the love that we freely give to others. So our journeys it's primarily about self-acceptance. We need to learn to be more comfortable in our skin. We all have moments when we struggle with even accepting others. It's true for you, it's true for me, and especially for the ones who are closest to us. But most of us recognize that becoming more accepting of others is the only way to make our relationships more positive, because now we all realize the importance of our relationships. Our relationships are very, very important for our health, our well-being, and our happiness. But sometimes we don't have the relationship skills for us to better our relationships. That's why the starting point really is about accepting who it is that we are and accepting others for who they are. And this is more so for parents. The more our relationships flourish, the more we flourish. In fact, studies have shown that the greatest source of happiness is not money, glory, fame. It is the quality of your relationships. And the more we have positive, happy, healthy relationships, the better our health, mental and physical. So what do you need to do? Simply watch your thoughts. Think about what you're thinking about. Catch yourself. Notice, observe that you are the observer. You are not your thoughts. You are deeper than your thoughts. So it is your responsibility to catch yourself, to check yourself when you are going down that spiral. Because you need to observe and recognize a negative thought that is not you. And it is your responsibility to check and change the quality of your thoughts and core beliefs that are not serving you. I often think things about other people and I land up sometimes judging them, even though I am in the non-judgmental profession, but then I quickly catch myself. I stop myself and delete those thoughts that are not serving me and my relationships. And it is really a practice. You can train your mind to look at the good in yourself first, in others, and in every situation. Because what we resist will persist. If you continue to not accept something about yourself or about someone, it will persist. So let's not resist or reject acceptance. It is the only way to attain more happiness, peace, and well-being in your life. Look for positives. Like I said, not accepting others is seeing the negative in them, finding faults in them. Instead, focus on the choices that the other person has made. Learn to respect those choices. My way may not always be the right way. Avoid the right and wrong dichotomies. We all live through our beliefs and we live through this lens of right and wrong, it's very tempting to see the world in black and white with right or wrong, but this is now how things are. Things don't have to be right or wrong. I can choose to accept them the way they are. I'm going to stop labeling everything as my way is the right way, because emotional intelligence really is about appreciating and accepting that everyone is right from their own perspective. So what do I need to do? I need to stop judging myself and others and often stay away from criticism. If I stop putting pressure on myself to do the right things in the right way, I'll also stop putting pressure on others. Make sure that you focus on the now. We are all guilty of either living in the past or in the future. And that's why today there is a tsunami of depression and anxiety, because we have not trained our minds to stay focused, to stay in the moment, to savor our moments. And in fact, children who are taught savoring and being mindful early in life learn to enjoy the moment-to-moment experiences of their lives. So it's very important to train ourselves to stay in the present moment. And this comes with acceptance. Lastly, I encourage you to reverse the situation. Ask yourself, what if someone were judging me and not accepting me? How would that really make me feel? And keep these questions in mind next time that you're not accepting others. Make sure that you tell yourself that you will be more careful, you will be more conscious, and you will be more mindful. So I hope these simple, practical, but yet powerful techniques were helpful to you. We at Happiness is Love love to share, because we believe sharing is caring, and together we are learning, growing, and becoming our better, grander selves. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Your love really means a lot to us. Thank you, thank you, thank you.